Alright guys, man, welcome back. The next Limit Breaker quest got announced already and it comes out on the 1st of February, and these are the stage rules. For the first slot, they want you to use a technique melee unit with the human killer ability. For the second one, it has to be speed melee and also a rankar killer, and for the third one, it's ranged and also speed enemies with Soul Reaper enemies as well. You're not getting any extra bonuses if you have these. However, you still have the killer effect if you're using like a ranged Soul Reaper killer unit that is technique. You have the color advantage, the attribute advantage, so it's kind of advisable to use a technique Soul Reaper killer who is ranged. The best team probably will be the new Discro for slot 1, for slot 2 the new Asnod, and for slot 3 probably Giselle. And if you don't have these units, hypothetically, maybe you're getting unlucky on the banner, or maybe you will decide to not summon, then you could use these as a replacement. I'm probably not gonna pull too much on the banner, so yeah, we are here to figure out what we can use. So first one is Human Killer. And as you can see, you could use Soifon, right, which is an amazing unit. However, it's red and the enemies are blue. So you have a disadvantage right there. So I don't think Soifon, using Soifon will be advisable here. However, Byakuya could be a nice replacement. Or at max Quincy Ichigo. People could try this with Kiora as well, but like his damage is very, very mediocre. It's very, very mediocre. Frenzy 1, a little bit extra amplifiers, and that's mainly about it though. And he only has increased chances against the mind enemies. So like his damage is very, very weak compared to the others. So I guess if you don't have anything, you could use Byakuya, or you could low-key try to do Gremmy, because I mean, you just, Gremmy is Gremmy, and at least you're getting the 2 times damage for being a technique unit, right? You're not getting the ranged one because you have to be melee, and of course you're not gonna get the killer effect, but I mean, Gremmy is Gremmy at the end of the day, so probably he could be a decent replacement if you have nothing else, right? For slot 2, we have a little bit more variety. You have to be a rankar killer, right? And you have to be a blue unit as well, while being melee. You see the Swimsuit Bambiera being here. She would be amazing. However, the enemies, again, disadvantage. You have red enemies, so you will be at a disadvantage. Kilge and Ishta are gonna do it very, very well. So if you have these, it could be a nice replacement. Or you could low-key throw everything away and just be blue melee. And that way you could use Oetsu. We have seen so many times how good Oetsu actually is. And unless the HP is like a crazy high amount, then he could perform very, very well again. You spam the strong attacks and move forward. And I think he could be a very decent replacement. Kenpachi as well could be nice on the boss stages. 9th anniversary Kenpachi. However, his damage is not that good against the small enemies. So yeah, man, maybe dragging out the fights a little bit, against the big ones with the laceration wouldn't be a bad idea, but again, only use him, I feel like, if you have truly nothing else. There are of course other units to try as well. You could try Parasol Rukia or the new Toshiro. I don't think they are gonna perform that well, but I feel like it's worth to mention that this Bambiera could be a very decent replacement because of the burn and the laceration. You could drag again, same thing just like with Kenpachi, drag again the fights, dash around a little bit, stuff like that, and burn the enemies, lacerate the enemies, and yeah, man, that way they will just eventually die due to the DOTs, right? Again, maybe the damage is gonna be lackluster on the small stages, on the minion stages, but I highly doubt that. If you have a couple of dupes on Bambiera, I think she will perform very, very well. For stage 3, you have to be ranged and Soul Reaper killer. We don't really have very good units from the past for this. Noel is not that good, Ichigo is not that good, Ishta is a farmer. But you have 2 very good options. Giselle, I think, is gonna be amazing to use right there, because she meets every requirement. Technique, ranged, Soul Reaper killer. You have the plus effect as well. Also, an amazing option, I feel like, even though it's normal attack, is Askin. because his damage is very, very high. His normal attack damage is very, very high, and he has Disabler against every single enemy. So you have to just like poison the enemy, which is gonna happen against like the big bosses, right? And yeah, you just move forward. His damage is very, very high. You have a team booster effect. And, well, I mean, you know, against the small enemies, probably you're not gonna take them out in like a very fast time. But again, the big ones, poison, very strong. Very, very strong. So I think Asuka and Giselle are gonna be amazing to use. And again, if you have nothing, you could just throw everything away and go with a technique ranged unit. And who is that? Grammy again. You know, it is what it is, right? Grammy again. It is what it is. Also, you could try Shinji, but yeah, you know, I mean, Shinji is good, right? Shinji is very good, but he's not as strong as Grammy, but I do think people are gonna use this Shinji and just do well. You know, usually stage 3 has less HP as well, and I mean, Shinji is a very good unit, right? But I would only try Shinji, to be fair, if nothing else works. And yeah, man, that's mainly about it, though. These are the options that we have for the next Limit Breaker quest. I think my team is gonna be Quincy Ichigo. You know, I'm very sad to say that, but I don't really think I'm gonna get the new units. And it's not like it's that big of a deal, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm gonna do like 5 steps and see how we looking like. If I get the guy, you know, that way my team is a little bit better. And I will use Ishida on the 2nd slot and Grammy on the 3rd one. And we see how we moving, right? Thank you so much for watching. Take care, have a nice day, and bye-bye.